Okay, this is June with New Orleans Potions, and in this video I'm going to show you how I make my lipstick base for a melt and pour. And a lot of times I call this a lip stain because it's very long lasting and it stays on the lips usually about 4 to 6 hours. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to put my minerals in first. So I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of magnesium stearate. Okay, and then I want to put 3/4 of a teaspoon of magnesium myristate. That's this one. That's 3/4 of a teaspoon. Okay, and this will help the lips. This is actually what helps the lipstick stay on longer. Okay, so that's the powder. I mean your minerals. So we're going to put that right here, and then the next thing we're going to put is 10 grams of beeswax. So I'm going to turn this on. And we're going to weigh the cup. And then hit the tare button. And then we're going to do 10 grams of beeswax. And what you want to do is you want to mix all this together before you put it in the double boiler. Put it right at 10 grams. There you go. Okay, there's your beeswax. Let's see. Put that over here. And I'm going to put that in with this. And then I want to do 3 grams of Candelia wax. Okay, and then we're going to do the tare button. And do 3 grams of Candelia. Okay, that is your Candelia wax. And the next thing is 13 grams of castor oil. Okay, and hit the tare button. And this is my castor oil. I keep everything labeled really well because when you're making products, you can set things down, and anyway, it's just real easy to make mistakes. So we need 13 grams of castor oil. Almost. Just a couple of drops more, and that'll be 13 grams. There you go. And I'm going to pour this into the waxes and the minerals. Okay, and the next thing you're going to need is 13 grams of jojoba oil. Okay, we're going to turn the burner back on, hit the tare button, and do 13 grams of jojoba. It's a thinner oil, so a lot of times it's hard for me to draw it up into the syringe. So let's try it this way, get the air out. There you go. So we do 13 grams of jojoba oil. Almost perfect. Okay. We're going to pour that. And then I think the last thing is 10 drops of vitamin E. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is stir this and make sure it's completely incorporated before I put it in the double boiler. Because see, the minerals, they're just harder to get them to dissolve if you don't stir it up, stir it first. It makes it a lot easier to make the base once you've done this. And then after you're finished, you pour it, I'll usually pour it into one of my melter bowls, and then when it's dry, solid, then I'll switch it over into a mason jar. Okay, I would say that's pretty incorporated. Okay, now I'm going to put this in the double boiler. And you're going to cook this on like a medium until it's completely dissolved and the liquid is clear, because it takes a little bit longer for the magnesium and the stearate. Okay, so we're going to put this in. I put the powders in first, the minerals in first, because it's just easier for me to remember that it has to be mixed together before it goes into the double boiler. Okay, now that that's in there, it takes a little bit to cook, so probably about 5 minutes. So I'm going to bring it to a boil. And get it mostly done, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I did it halfway with the double boiler bowl, and so for it to completely finish, then you can put it directly on the burner and you can see how it's already liquefying. The magnesium myristate and the magnesium stearate have to have a higher heat to dissolve. See, let me show it to you again. And actually you can do the whole thing straight on the burner if you want, but I kind of like to do it the other way, and that is like 99%. I feel like I'm less likely to scorch it if I do it with the double boiler to get it started and then finish on the burner. Okay, that is done, and that's what it looks like. And this is my melt and pour lipstick base. And so now I'm going to pour this into the melter cup, and then when it cools off, I'm going to store it into a mason jar. So let's pour this. And it's nice and clear. Okay, this was my melt and pour lipstick base, and like I said, this only goes in a lipstick pot. This is not for a bullet tube, and I use this a lot to make my lip stains, because my color recipes are very heavily pigmented, so it lasts about 4 to 6 hours on the lips. Okay, this was my melt and pour lip stain.